What? Yeah. What? Let's ride.
Hey, what's up, LNG fam? Hey, first and foremost, I want to say thank you guys so much for your continued support. And for those of you that reached out through messages, man, thank you guys so much. You've encouraged and inspired me to continue to press with this. It's not easy for me. Again, this takes a lot of vulnerability and transparency. So thank you guys. So today's topic for Testimony Tuesday, since tomorrow is my wife and I's wedding anniversary, I thought what better topic to hit on than relationships. So for myself, as I've said, I've failed many times in relationships and through marriages. Um, the thing I struggled with a lot was setting unrealistic expectations. And the reason I say they're unrealistic is because, one, that person didn't possess the skills or maybe knowledge to accommodate those. Two, it wasn't communicated. Or three, it just wasn't agreed upon. And so I think number two and number three are the big ones because number two is like a lot of times we set these expectations because of culture or because of the way we were raised and what we saw growing up. And so a lot of times we have these uncommunicated expectations that were developed through the way we were raised. And so we think that it's common knowledge or that our significant others or our friends should have these same set of skills or knowledge, but in all reality they don't. And so I think communicating them is super important. And then the third one, not only is it communicated, but I think it's important for that they agree to it. So even though you may have this expectation or this want or need, um, in all reality, they can still choose, not to accommodate that, and that's okay, and it still should be okay. It shouldn't feel, um, like it's an ultimatum, and I feel like a lot of times that was another thing that I've struggled with was dealing in ultimatums and having the mindset that these expectations were actually obligations to them, and that's where I failed often. And now something I've learned through with my wife now is she's such an individual, and she she doesn't need me, and that's the true reality of our relationships. A lot of times is I think we put a lot of emphasis on our relationships that we want to be felt needed, and in all reality they don't need you. And so I think it's a common misconception through culture that our spouses have to fulfill these, this set of lists or these expectations that we set, and they have to do it, but it's in all reality they don't. And so I think that's where I struggled through a lot of my failures was setting the expectations that they were obligations to them, when really it was honestly just it was just a want. And so I think having the communication open and expressing a lifestyle where you would like your relationship to be in is more important than trying to press these expectations onto them. Yeah, so I think it's more important to just communicate these expectations and with the thought that they still have an opportunity to not want to be accommodating to that, and it be okay. And I think, but in most cases, if you're in a healthy relationship, they're more likely to serve that need or that expectation through discussion and communication. And so yeah, there is such thing as called compromising, but compromising doesn't necessarily mean that they have to do exactly what you're asking. That's compromising is meeting in the middle or meeting somewhere that is agreed upon. And a lot of times we think just because we say it that it should be done, and that's not the case. And I think we're setting our spouses up for failure, or our friends, or our significant others, just by having that mindset. And so that's what something I struggle with. So I hope you guys are challenged. I hope you're encouraged. I love you guys. Stay blessed. Peace.
I know sometimes I get caught up in my own hella selfish ways, but I'll change for you. I'll change, baby, baby, for you. Said I'll change for you. I'll change, baby, baby, for you. Sometimes I be all up in my feelings. For what reason, I don't know. I just keep on pushing, moving.